Shabbat Shalom, and greetings to you all. I want to thank you all for coming and joining together, dedicating time when we learn to be loving, forgiving, accepting, and peaceful as we gather together as a community. A like-minded, like-souled unification of spirit, the collective consciousness of seekers coming together in a showing of faith, of love, a chavura, of fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach. So I invite you, and I invite you to invite everybody you know, physically, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, to gather and share from Psalm 133, the Hine Matov. Come together. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. So as a community, let us all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the entire world, my friends. I hope you all got to enjoy the end of Hanukkah. Fired in those last latkes and donuts, all for religious purposes, of course. What that really means for this year is it's time now to get ready for Christmas. This year there was a few week gap between the two holidays. And next year they're only 2 days apart. And I actually like when they're at the same time, like they will be next year, because we all celebrate together. And it feels better since they do celebrate the same thing, the coming of light back into our lives. So let's get ready to watch the Hallmark Channel with all the Christmas movies, or Die Hard, or maybe Home Alone, or The Christmas Story. But certainly not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And we'll celebrate the second of the Twin Festivals of Light. Have a holly, jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly, jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to the friends you know and everyone you meet. Say hold the mistletoe where you can see somebody's waiting there. Kiss her once for me. Have a holly, jolly Christmas. And in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a jolly holly Christmas this year. There's no doubt in my mind, I'm sure that song will be banned any day now with those suggestive lyrics. Speaking of suggestive, let me suggest to all of you, it's time for us to invoke healing and renewal for everybody you know, for the souls and spirits of everybody you can think of. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love or just goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the earth, the tikkun olam that's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. I continue to think of and pray for those in need of health and renewal. For Fern, for Ronnie, for Bob, for Ben, for Barb, for Mariko, Carlos, for Sherry, and Deborah, and of course for the bee about to fly away. Friends, it is the kindness, healing, wishes, goodwill, and love that we all send out. It circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. And spirit, my friends, never dies. Have a penny May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Barak. Let us all have our spirits renewed the world over, my friends. This is the great prayer for healing in which we call upon God to heal as he has healed before. Misha Barak, may he heal blessed. Let's all send and receive blessings, healing, renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow, to unite together, all of us. So how, my friends, have your dreams been? Any new ones? Are you remembering them anymore? When we read about these great dreams in the Bible, it seems to inspire so many people to dream more themselves. Now, of course, we always dream, we just don't always remember. And also, we begin to notice all the little miracles in our lives. This is the time of the year when we honor and celebrate miracles. And it's the time of the year when we turn strangers into friends and friends into family. And isn't that the kind of miracle that we all can muster all year long? You see, my friends, miracles live in you. You just have to let them out. And what could have been more miraculous than a slave languishing in a pit with no hope of freedom, suddenly becoming ruler of the most powerful country on earth? Now, Joseph came to Egypt at 17. He was shortly thereafter imprisoned, and he's now 30. Almost half his life has been spent in prison. Now, some of us have spent our entire lives in prison. This is the beginning of the story of freedom. Now, I want you to notice things that are emphasized. We don't always notice them. I pointed out the double name calling. We're going to see that again shortly. But last week we read that 2 years more Joseph waited when we were introduced to the two dreams of Pharaoh. At least that's what almost all the translations say. But what it actually says in the Torah is Uye Meket Shinatim Yamim, 2 years of days. Now, why would it say that? Why not just 2 years? Why 2 years of days? Well, Rashi suggested that this was to emphasize the 2 full years passed. But I think it emphasizes something else, my friends. I think it emphasizes the loneliness, the sadness, the fullness of time. You see, we measure days. We're awake. We're aware of every moment. At night we sleep. We can miss significant amounts of night through sleep. 2 years of days emphasizes the torture of what he was going through. 2 years of days reminds us that time is not just chronological. It has meaning. It has power. How bitter would you be? How angry? How hateful? Now we read, Vayigash, and he came near. This week, the great reveal. Genesis 45:1. And Joseph was not able to restrain himself in front of everyone who was standing by him. And he called, "Take everyone out from my presence." And not a man stood with him when Joseph made himself known to his brothers. Genesis 45:2. He's now revealing himself. And he wept out loud, and Egypt heard, and Pharaoh's house heard. This is the third of his great weepings. He sobs uncontrollably in the presence of his brothers, so audibly that he is heard by the Egyptians outside, and he's heard all the way to the palace of Pharaoh. Can you imagine the level of wailing? And Pharaoh's house heard. How loud that must have been. Cry over you, cry over you. Let me sit so long, left me standing all alone, alone and crying, 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 crying. Now, I really miss the great Roy Orbison, and yes, it's true, no one could possibly confuse my voice with his. And then Genesis 45:3. And Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Ani Yosef," a 2-word bombshell tossed to his brothers. He said, "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold to Egypt." Can you imagine the shock and disbelief that the brothers must have felt? What a Twilight Zone experience for anyone. And what does he do? He tells them not to feel badly, because God sent me before you to preserve life. My, how the little narcissist has grown. He realized, and he tells them, this was all part of the divine plan. Now, who would know at the time? Do any of us know when we act out the divine plan of our lives? No. We only know through hindsight. Know instead, my friends, that everything you do is part of your divine plan. And he knew, and he realized that this was part of God's plan, that God brought him here, not them. Right? And he demonstrates that greatest of all things, forgiveness, that we had saw. Esau had demonstrated earlier. Genesis 45:8. Now, it wasn't you who sent me here, but God. And he made me into a father to Pharaoh, and a lord to all his house, and a ruler in all the land of Egypt. Friends, that is one of the most incredible statements in the Bible. And there may be incredible real truth, real history in his claim. Father to Pharaoh. Something never talked about in the past, but something being considered more and more as we discover more and more and find more historical evidence of ancient Egypt. We're in year 2 of the 7-year famine. Joseph wants to care for his family, so he spends, his time now thinking, what can he do? So he says to his brothers, go get their father. So they go and they tell Jacob that, Joseph's alive. He practically has a heart attack upon hearing that Joseph was alive. Genesis 46:2. And God said to Israel in night visions asleep, Jacob, Jacob. And he said, I am here. Now, did you notice the double name calling, life-defining moment? And friends, why does God call Jacob and not Israel? Wasn't his name changed? Now remember, names have meaning. Perhaps Jacob was his name, and Israel, to struggle with God, was simply who he was. Well, this is life-defining. This is the full descent into Egypt, from where a nation will begin to be formed and will not leave until Moses leads them out 400 years later. This is a defining moment in the history of man. Nothing will ever be the same again. Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone if your time to you is worth saving. Then you better start swimming, or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changing. The times are now about to change, and God says, I myself will go down with you to Egypt, and I myself surely bring you back up as well. God will lead them down, and God will bring the people back. Promise made. Promise kept. Yes, the world is sacred, so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, my friends. Light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, and honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, and be blessed. Share and honor the light, all who live in the light, and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone, an end to terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we are a community. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this right together, men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. Please do learn to forgive, learn to love, including yourself. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be love. So please do love. Now bless you all. Have a fantastic week. A week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. And examine your intentions, my friends, and use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. Our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect, everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what is good and bad, so acknowledge what you have done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you have wronged, and ask for forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, with accountability, with vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you. You should learn to be a forgiving and compassionate person, because the secret, my friends, of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people, the world, just as they are? Can you accept life just as it is without trying to control it on any given day? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land, your home. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, my friends. Follow love. It's always there in front of you. And remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle. Just as I have faith in the principle of love and all of you, act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. And may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. Work to be present in the body, expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of your real power lies in your consciousness and your ability to be mindful, to be aware, to be present in all of life's circumstances. So make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform the lives around you. You're never alone. You are forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy, and energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Friends, your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous with them. Bless others. And in doing so, you bless yourself with love. And open your hearts. We're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief in what you think they are, and never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together, we learn together, we help each other. We are each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives. So find them, tell them what they mean, and remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. You're being watched out for, so always be kind. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive. Keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. We all need to. Do not get caught in fear. Continue to dream and continue to believe in and release miracles into people's lives. There is a mystical world that's out there waiting for you. We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun. Ere the bonny boat was won, as we sailed into the mystic. Hark now, hear the sailors cry. Smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, I will be coming home. When that foghorn blows, I want to hear it. I don't have to fear it. I want to rock your gypsy soul, just like the way back in the days of old. And magnificently we will float into the mystic. It is a mystical world out there, my friends. Remember, we will be holding a change in season winter solstice event honoring the twin festivals of light, a time of miracles. And if you want us to honor a miracle in your life, send it along, and we will. Now, peace to everyone, everywhere. Enjoy the miracles in your life. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.